One of the hottest tickets. Many said this fight would never happen, and yet here it is, and here we go. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Oh, that jab's starting to mark them up. You can really feel the buzz in the air tonight. So much hype here in this arena.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter because the expectation from the thousands of people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything can break a man or make a man.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Misses with that uppercut. How did they not see that uppercut coming? Straight right just misses. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
The bell.
And there's the bell for round two. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. A perfect counter lands. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Counter puncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Swing and a miss with the hook. Keep an eye on this slugger. As you know, he's willing to take three to give one. That's his game plan, and it's worked out pretty well for him so far.
How you deal with a slugger, you've got to use brain over brawn. Brawn in a matador, pop, jab, move. Get them angry.
That hook was off target. Every time they drop, this round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Go out there and win this next round. No free shot.
And there's the bell to start round three. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Swing and a miss with that hook. They both want a highlight reel knockout. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. They exchange punches. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Misses with the straight left. Misses with that straight left. Only catching air with that hook. Nice counter. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Stop him in his tracks. I need you to go back. 1, 2, straight down the middle. Can't miss it.
Back at it in round 4. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those...
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. And Deontay Wilder just got clipped. Didn't wait too long to get back and get engaged.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
And down goes Wilder. Let's watch that again in replay from a different angle.
That's lights out right there. One, two, three, four, five, six.
So this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
We need to turn this around halfway through.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen now, it's down to them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom, different tactics.
Is he gonna punch himself out though? That hook won't score. How about that time counter shot? Defense is not an option for these two. Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round. And look. Here's the bell to start round 5. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tear. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
The only fear you have with this heavyweight is has he punched himself out? A perfect counter shot. This is a high-octane battle. Through the straight left, but it won't score. Good counter punch. You'd like to see more jabs. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Alexander Usyk in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Get out there. Yes, I like that round. Good round. You feel good? Good man. Good man. Just take the round off, in the round on your jab, and breathe. Set him up and then take him out. Look, he's ready to go. He's sitting back together. Don't worry about our round. Don't worry about our round. Let's go out there and let's reset. Forget about that round. It was a bad round, but we don't care. You're still landing your power shots. Good work. And don't forget the jab.
This is the beginning of round 6. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Fight so far, both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Holding nothing back here in the round. Good counter punching. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Wilder in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
This is when you talk about championship material.
Go out in the first minute, stick him on the... Great. I love that. I love that. That jab's slick. Just keep away that confidence. Stop him in his tracks. You've got... That's it. Now just stick a few body shots in there. Very good.
And there's the bell to start round 7. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Catch and shoot. A lot of effort being exerted here. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
That counter shot lands. Not a lot of defense here at all. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. That uppercut misses. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
You cannot gas out if you...
There's the bell to start round 8. How much is left in their tank after last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this.
Lincoln, you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
They're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe or do they play defense here?
You've got to waste time. Get a step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in the round.
Got to pick things up halfway through the round here.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
And he scores with the counter. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you've hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
It looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. Some might have thought it was a little bit closer, but in the end, the referees are in a unanimous agreement.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan. What a result.